Oscar's bond with Anna grew closer, almost like that of a father and daughter. Rose was truly happy to see Oscar's paternal instincts finally awakening. Eventually, Rose's menstrual cycle returned, and she knew it was time to seduce Oscar to begin trying for a baby. That night, Rose told Oscar that she had her period, which meant that in a week they could start trying for a child. But instead of being happy, Oscar became terrified. He even refused to share a bed with his wife anymore. Oscar was scared because at 75 years old, he felt it was impossible for him to raise a child. Rose, however, kept persuading him to take the novice medicine. Unfortunately, Oscar continued to refuse. Rose then met Jim again. Jim explained that the novice supply was running out. He couldn't give any to Jean anymore, and the last batch had already been given to Rose. That meant Rose had the right to decide whom to give it to. Before leaving Jim's place, Rose asked him to photograph her naked. Her intention was to make Oscar jealous and spark his passion again. But during the photo shoot, Jim began to feel attracted to Rose. Thankfully, Rose remained faithful to her husband. Jean later visited, and Rose asked her to remove the bandages to see the results of her plastic surgery in Thailand. Unfortunately, it turned out horribly because Jean had chosen a cheap surgery package. Unable to bear sleeping alone and eager to conceive, Rose secretly dripped the novice medicine into the tea she served Oscar. Unaware of this, Oscar drank the tea every day. Still, whenever Rose tried to be intimate with him, Oscar always refused. Fed up, Rose asked Jim for the printed photos from her nude shoot. Without hesitation, she showed those pictures to Oscar. After showing him the photos, Rose provoked Oscar by suggesting that Jim might end up being the one to get her pregnant. This angered Oscar, and not wanting to be seen as weak and powerless, he finally proved himself in bed. Their passionate marital life was restored, and their relationship improved. Months later, after adopting Anna, she successfully overcame her drug addiction. Feeling ready to live on her own again, Anna eventually left the house peacefully. As happiness returned, Rose continued working on her novel about Jim's discovery of novice. In secret, she kept slipping drops of the medicine into Oscar's tea every day. While it made Oscar physically stronger, it also led to disaster. Without Rose knowing, Oscar's pancreatic cancer began to spread rapidly. One day, while tending the yard and cutting grass, Oscar suddenly collapsed. At the hospital, Rose was devastated when doctors revealed that his cancer had become aggressive and had spread throughout his body. Fortunately, Jim was there and warned Rose not to mention the novice she had been slipping into Oscar's drink. Otherwise, she could end up in trouble with the police. Oscar was hospitalized for several weeks. During Oscar's treatment, Rose finally became pregnant carrying Oscar's child. Before he passed away, Oscar had the chance to hear the joyful news. Rose also confessed that she had secretly been giving him novice every day, and that it was the cause of his cancer's rapid progression. But instead of being angry, Oscar smiled. He was happy knowing he would finally have a child, and he understood Rose's intention. She only wanted to prolong their time together. It was simply a tragic mistake. A few days later, Oscar passed away. Several months after his death, Rose gave birth to his child, a baby boy whom she named Oscar.
Just the sharing of your love. That is the path my Oscar chose to take.